Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Closers Podcast. We're back, and I'm your host, Marco Alvarado. Join me, as always, is my main man, Quinn the Moondog Kalani. What's up, bro? How are you?
What's up, dog? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
You know, I'm doing as good as you really can right now. I feel like I've said that every fucking time we've talked recently, but I mean, we're getting close to the dog days of summer, so I think it fits the time for sure. We've taken we took a kind of a break after the George Floyd injustice occurred and all the protests and everything. So what have you been doing in the meantime? Anything cool? Anything notable?
I've just been chilling. I've been reading, chilling, working on my diet, and I've been just trying to work on self-improvement stuff, trying to stay healthy.
Nice.
Figuring out my housing and school situation, whether I'm gonna have to go into a quarantine when I leave California for the fall.
Ooh.
How that's gonna work, if I got to get tested beforehand. So I'm trying to be cognizant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even though things are starting to let up and stuff.
Yeah.
Just in case, I'm kind of staying the course.
Have you found any answers to any of those things yet, or you're still working on those?
No, the school's still they're kind of dragging their ass, and there's been a lot of talk.
Yeah.
A lot of talk in the student body community about the administration's lack of preparation.
Really? Like what? What are they saying?
It's what they're not saying. They're just not saying anything. We're kind of winding down to about, if say, for example, you do have to do a 2-week quarantine, then you would have to leave August, by August 3rd is when you would have to arrive.
Yeah.
And then, that gives you, a month from now? A little over a month and some change. Maybe a month by the time we get our housing contracts to secure our finances and stuff and our moving plans. Not a lot of time. It's a crunch.
Yeah, that isn't a lot of time.
So
that's fucking stupid. Well, damn, man.
It is what it is.
Has I don't want to spend too much time shitting on your school, but I'm just curious. Has the University of Hawaii always been notable? Are they infamous for having bad outreach with their students? Bad communication?
I have no idea. There is a division between the administration and the student body. Probably politically, racially. Along those boundaries. So communication is it's typically formal.
Okay.
There's not a lot of informal talk. So
interesting, very interesting. That's interesting because at Sac State, President Nelson, who's the president of the school, sends an email personally every week, and it's just update for this week. This is what we did, and
President Lassner does the same thing, but I don't know. I just don't think it resonates with students.
I see.
I think it falls on deaf ears.
That's very interesting. Well, you got to let us know what comes of that Cold War out in Hawaii. Apparently, that's happening amongst the student body and the administration of the University of Hawaii, because it's very interesting, and I hope it works out for you, man.
Trying to find a sunny day in a Cold War.
Yeah, it's hard to find a sunny day in a Cold War. But we actually have a pretty sunny episode for you guys today, because an old flame of the podcast is coming back onto the show.
You may say an old fuego.
An old fuego. Ooh. None other than Jose Vega, the main man who is on, I believe, episode 3 or 4. I want to say 3. But Jose is going to be on the show. He's going to talk to us about what he's been up to in the past year that he hasn't been on, and whatever he's getting himself into nowadays. There's a lot that has happened between this episode and that episode. So it's going to be very interesting. But we're going to spend some time just like chit-chatting, a little variety pod segment. Because we haven't done that in a while. And I honestly have kind of missed it. And at the very end, we have an announcement as well. So please stay tuned till the very end, and hope you enjoy the surprise. But the topic that's been on my mind, Quinn, recently is the topic, and this is something that pertains to kind of everything that we've been going through with the quarantine, with these, with the civil unrest, the social unrest around the nation. Ties into everything, and that the thing that I'm going to say is that I want to talk about is detachment. How, to a degree, like, I don't know about you, but I've had to learn that you have to kind of like detach yourself from everything to an extent. You can't hold on to something for dear life, like that's a mistake. And I feel like a lot of people were holding on to things that they've lost during the quarantine, whether it's people, whether that's a job, whether that's friends, which I mean is our people, but whether that's like your housing situation. Like, you have to be ready for things to change on a moment's notice, and you have to kind of detach yourself from things so that way you can make those adjustments, right? So I've been thinking about that recently, and I was just wondering what your thoughts about detachment. What do you think about that as an idea?
Well, the Jedi Council would have us believe that detachment is the clearest way to, a sense of enlightenment.
Yeah.
But, that way is false. That way
is
leads to callousness. That way leads to coldness. I almost just said the beauty of Star Wars. But
I think that beauty is long gone, but yeah.
But no, I mean, in part, yes, this is a lesson from Star Wars. Attachment is important. Attachment is what drew Anakin back to the Force.
Right. But what about detachment? Like, don't you have to kind of take a step back and realize, like, okay, the relationship I'm in, there's a very big chance that the relationship I'm in is not going to last for a long time. So, like, I have to at least...
detachment takes you away from being one within the moment, and it removes empathy from yourself.
You don't think that's necessary to a degree?
No.
Why not?
Because I think in a time like this, empathy and warmness and attachments, the right kinds of attachments, are more so important now than ever.
That's interesting. But
I mean, you have to detach yourself to attach yourself. You have to attach yourself to detach yourself. It's, it's binary.
True. I agree with that. But when you talk about empathy, so you're implying that when you detach, you lose the ability to empathize with whatever you're detaching yourself from, because you don't have to detach entirely. It's not like when you detach...
you are self-sacrificing a degree of empathy.
But
that the very act of detaching yourself is that. I'm not saying it's a complete it's a complete breakaway from empathy, but I'm saying it's a portion. It's an act of.
Okay. So what about, do you abide by the idea that you have to put yourself first? In your life, you have to be first. And that's not, you have to be selfish to a degree in life.
Yes.
Okay.
But I also think, to each their own. a life of service is a beautiful and admirable thing, and it's the most honorable kind of life, a life of service.
Sure.
The only life comparable that is a life of complete self-service.
Is
Do you
that even
understand?
possible?
Do you understand what I mean? You can either completely give away or you can completely take.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah, no,
at
I
least
understand.
that's how I view it. Um, is it even possible? Yeah, I think it's possible. Does it require some detachment? Yes, it does. Like we were saying before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also think it's healthy. I think selfishness is healthy to a degree.
But to be
For,
selfish, you have to kind of detach yourself from other things.
or you don't have to attach yourself to things.
Okay. Sticking with that, do you have any examples of how to not attach yourself to things?
Okay, let's say you're a middle-aged man with no college education, but you have work experience and you've been, in a factory for the last 15 years.
Okay.
There is a significant probability that someone with less experience will come in and take your job. I can only recommend it to
Mm-hmm.
someone who is uninterested in taking the steps to prevent that permanently,
Mm-hmm.
to have a healthy form of detachment as a safeguard,
Right.
uh, when something like that happens.
Yeah.
So detachment is healthy. One, it's a safeguard. Two, it allows you to be more self-serving,
Right.
and that's pretty much it.
So it is a positive thing. Detachment
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
degree. To a degree.
It's a positive thing, but complete detachment is is Ted Bundy esque.
Yeah. No, I agree. Complete detachment. All I'm saying is that no one. The reason why I've been thinking about it is because nobody predicted that this would be the year, right? And we made these plans. I made a plan. My plan was I'm going to go to Sweden for 6 months. Gonna have the time of my life, come back, work on music, get an internship or something while I'm in Sweden, and then I'm just gonna be off and running off to their fucking races, right? I got attached to that idea. I got attached to that plan. And there's a lot of people who I've talked to, a lot of friends, you know, a lot of family who have had similar plans for this year. They got attached to a plan, to a course of action they were going to take throughout the year to make their lives better. And everything got turned on its head because of this pandemic. And then you add in the social unrest, and that adds a layer of stress on top of it that kind of like has gotten some people really, really like anxious and depressed and in a state of mind that is not healthy generally. And I've been thinking that the way that if I went into the year not attached to that plan, thinking like, okay, something could happen that would send me home. It's not likely, but I have to have that in my mind that could happen. I feel like if I had that mindset going into it, there is a chance I may not have enjoyed my time as much as I did, but I would have been a lot more prepared when I came back.
For the
And
valley.
yeah, like the highs aren't as high, but the lows aren't as low. You're kind of in the middle, and isn't that where everyone wants to be? That's where I want to be. I don't want to be too up and down.
I think, man, the secret is not to stress out about things you can't control.
But you have to be ready for those
I
things to
think
happen,
I
right?
think you have to recognize your own. I think some people may call it humbleness, and some people may just be like, you have to recognize your own insignificance to certain degrees, whether it be within society, whether it be
Uh-huh.
within a species.
Yeah.
or anything like that. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So don't stress out about things that are completely out of your control. I mean, yeah, no one would have anticipated that a global pandemic would have shattered uh, the domestic economy and torn all our plans asunder.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. What can you do? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's nothing we can do, like,
I
to
mean,
to,
you
to
could
go,
you
turn
could do
back
stuff.
time.
Yeah, you could do stuff on a personal level, but
And that's kind of more what I mean. It's like, what do we take away from this? You know, if something like this or worse happens in the future, like,
well, what do you take away
how
from
are
it?
how are we mentally prepared? Well, what I take away from it is like, you first of all,
Well, should we layer it? Should we layer it first? So we've had some major things happen in 2020.
yes,
So we've had the coronavirus one.
mm-hmm.
Do we jumble that with the economy?
No, I would put those as two separate things.
So
I
we
mean,
got
the corona, it's a domino effect, in my
right.
opinion,
So we got the coronavirus, the economy,
which led to the economy. Yeah.
George Floyd civil unrest.
which tied into George Floyd for sure.
We also have political divide within the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Bernie dropped out.
And then we just have insane news stories. Kobe Bryant, Jeffrey Epstein.
Kobe Bryant. Yeah, Epstein.
Just insane.
Uh-huh.
Insane,
And then
gnarly things.
tied into the civil unrest, you have these videos of cops doing the things they're doing to people. All these, like, it's just flooding social media.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot.
So let me ask you, what do you take away from the coronavirus?
From the coronavirus?
Yeah. Let's reframe this completely. When you ask the question, when you pose it, what should we take away? What do you mean by that question?
What I mean is, on a personal level, what going forward, how are we going to learn and adapt from this situation so that way in the future these situations will be easier for us on a personal level to deal with? And of course, you can talk about money. You could talk about, I want to save more money so that way if this happens, I can live off. Okay, that's great. But I'm talking more about, like, mentality wise. How do we keep ourselves up here in a positive headspace? Because a lot of people have gone down. A lot of people. And that's kind of what I'm talking more about. Not so much like physical stuff. It's all up here. The thoughts, how do you keep yourself okay?
I think we're getting into a grander valley than what we initially,
Well, I don't
we're
think so.
trekking down, because I think we're talking almost get into a culture almost.
Well, we could get into that, but I'm just talking about, we have a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
That has kicked off a series of events and also ties into other events, that it amplifies certain events. It makes certain events bigger, just like with George Floyd and stuff, because everybody is able to protest. Everyone's able to participate. So they have more people in that. Kobe Bryant passed away before all of this, so that doesn't really tie into anything. That's just kind of like its own thing. But with the political unrest, the whole George Floyd situation ties into that too, and also the pandemic. There's already a lot of people pissed off at the government because of how they handled it. So, like, there's a lot of things. But the reason why I bring up detachment specifically is because in the future, I'm going to make a conscious effort to either not be as attached to things. So in the first place, don't get really too attached, because you never know when the next time you're going to see somebody, or the next time you're going to, like, be at a place, or the next time you're going to, you just don't know what's going to happen, right? Which is very humbling, like you said. And I feel like when you detach yourself, it in a way can allow you to be more in the moment, because if you realize, okay, like, I don't know when I'll ever be back here. I don't know if I'll ever see this person, even though they might live down the street. I'm just going to just be here, because for all I know, tomorrow there's going to be another virus that's going to force everybody to just curl up in their houses, and you can't even go outside, and like they're gonna have to deliver food to people because it's gonna be that bad. Like you just don't know. So that's what I mean when I say detachment. Is don't count your chickens before they hatch in any situation, sort of thing, until it actually happens. Because if it doesn't, you don't want to deal with the disappointment on the back end. Because I feel like that's where it started for a lot of people during the pandemic, where they had these expectations for the year. It got dashed in a matter of a week, and that just sent a lot of people down. And if you have the mindset of like anything can happen, I will take anything as it comes, and I'm just gonna try to I'm gonna just not be too attached to my present situation. I feel like that is healthy in a way. Does that make sense?
Or do you mean not attached to? Are you're saying being attached to only the moment?
Yes.
So you're talking about full attachment to the moment and the moment alone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just be attached to the moment that you're in, but not to what's going to happen tomorrow or next week, because you don't know. And those plans you have for next week or even tomorrow, like if you want to go to In-N-Out and have an In-N-Out burger tomorrow, like you would just assume I can do that. But if you drive over there and it's closed or it burnt down overnight, you're not getting it. That sucks. You were looking forward to that thing, but it's not possible anymore. It's not possible. And I'm talking from every level. Just be in the moment, and you can worry about what's going to happen, but at the end of the day, like you can't let yourself get attached to expectations. You have to detach, and if you are attached now, you have to detach yourself to a degree, so that way, if those things change, you're not beating yourself up over it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
I agree with you on a personal level, and on a personal level alone. I think as soon as you grow out of a personal level and you get into more of a communal level, then expectations are important. As expectations, they set moral ceilings.
Yeah.
And moral milestones, and societal milestones that a community could hope to achieve. So I think on a personal level, I would agree with you. On a communal level, I would say attachment is important. Expectations are important.
I wouldn't disagree. At all, because like you said, I'm just talking from a personal level. And the thing is too, you can get attached to things about yourself that you can physically, you can change things about yourself, how you think, how you eat, how you act. You have autonomy over those things.
Well, this is the dichotomy of attachment, detachment. It's the yin and yang, man. You can't not be detached without being attached, because you're attached to the idea of detachment.
Jesus Christ.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's weird. So you have to be detached in order.
You can't have
be attached in order to be detached.
Yeah, you can't be attached without being detached, or vice versa. You can't have the Sith without the Jedi. There must be there has to be balance to everything. Everything must at some level be binary, with things and with shades in between.
But I just think people, myself included, just took for granted how everything just kind of worked. Like you sign up to go study abroad, you fill out the paperwork, you pay whatever, and then you get your plane ticket, you get on the plane. After you pack up all your stuff, you get on the plane, take the plane, you go there. It's just like,
well,
everything's always going to work out until it doesn't.
It's interesting, we shouldn't expect, we say we shouldn't expect these things, but consider what our generation has lived through. We've been in war since 2001.
True.
We've had one president indicted in our lifetime. We've almost had another president indicted. September 11th, Hurricane Katrina.
Well, Trump did get impeached. He did get impeached.
Yeah, 2 recessions now.
Yeah.
So, I think, and obviously we both agree there's this gigantic generational divide.
Yeah.
When history looks back on our generation, the millennial X, the 1990 to 2010 generation, I'd say.
Yeah, the millennials and Gen Z.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People are really gonna just be like, Jesus Christ, they went through things that were, 1, completely unnecessary, 2, completely avoidable, and 3, completely horrifying.
I agree. I definitely agree. It's crazy, man. And that's it's wild because like nobody really thought about that until now. It's like, wow, we've been through quite a bit in just the past 20 years,
Yeah.
But in your entire lifetime, that spans obviously longer than 20 years. And it's like, if you add in if you just look at your life, Quinn, everything that has happened in that socially and politically, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for my lifetime, there's, from 1992, there's the first Gulf War. There's the crime bill.
Yeah.
There's the Clinton impeachment. There's September 11th, Hurricane Katrina, Catholic pedophilia blows up.
Oh, when Kanye yelled at Taylor Swift, that was
Yeah.
a crazy moment.
Yeah. The Great Recession.
Yeah.
Great highs like Obama becoming president. MySpace. I stand by this. MySpace is, maybe besides Instagram, the most superior social media that has been invented.
Wow.
It's 1 or 2. Instagram, MySpace, Instagram. I maintain MySpace was fucking awesome. You could literally customize your entire page.
Yeah.
You could have a playlist of songs. Like, you could literally, it is building your own webpage to your personality instead of conforming your personality to Instagram, to Facebook's web page.
Yeah.
That's why MySpace was so legit, man. MySpace was so creative. It was so cool. That's why so many artists came out of MySpace.
Dude, yeah, that was a crazy time.
And that's why out of Instagram, you get nothing but talentless whores.
Then I guess I'm a talentless whore.
I'm just playing.
Hey, I'll own it. It's fine. But anyways, I think we've talked. Thank you for indulging me on that discussion, Quinn. I think now we got to jump over to Jose, see what he's been up to, and we'll have an announcement after we talk to Jose. So I hope you guys stay tuned. And here it is. All right, so we got the main man, my guy, Jose Vega, on the line. Well, actually not so recent. You've already been graduated from Sac State for about a year now, right?
Yes, sir. December. That's when I officially graduated.
Yeah. How's post-grad life treating you?
Let me tell you, bro. It's tough, especially with this whole COVID shit.
Oh, yeah.
Not so good. Trying to find jobs, trying to, put on my resumes, applications, and everybody's just on lockdown. So it's been a tough journey.
I'm right there with you, man. It's rough. It's rough out here for a boy with a dream.
With a dream. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about compromising your morals to get some sort of job?
Honestly, yes. Have you ever been to TJ?
No.
That's where you think about compromising, my guy.
All right.
Some dark shit over there.
Like what? Like what?
You don't want to know.
Oh, yeah.
The only way for you to know is to actually go down there.
Oh, shit. Well, we're going to have to do a on-location podcast in the streets of Tijuana.
Oh, dude, to start, asking people random questions. I don't know if you can make it to the day, to be honest.
That would be the greatest. What if we did a weekend event where we did one in the streets, one in Hong Kong?
That's the place to go.
and then had one somewhere else. I don't know.
If you guys go to Baja Beach.
Baja Beach?
The festival, yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So you help out with a festival every year in Rosarito, right?
So I used to work for Papa's, and I used to be like a rep for them for like their spring break events, and then I did with this what is it called? With Rockstar. You know how I was working with Rockstar for a bit too.
Yeah. What's so funny? I don't.
What you want to know about spring breaks? I know everything. I'm a veteran.
Well, no,
It's just
saying,
Rockstar. It's just funny to me.
What, I'm a Rockstar guy.
No, it's like having a Boost Mobile spot, being a Boost Mobile ambassador. You're like the third most famous energy drink.
Wait, pause. Wait. Are you saying that Monster is more famous than Rockstar?
My guy, I'm saying Bang is on the come up and Rockstar is on the.
First of all, Bang. Trump supports Bang, so I don't know what are you talking about. Fuck Bang. First of all,
that makes sense why it's on the come up then.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm just playing, man, but I seen a couple bangs today, and
hey, honestly, those flavors smack. I'm not gonna lie.
They catch the eye. They catch the eye.
Dude, have you tried the unicorn one? Bomb.
No, but it's the pink and blue one.
Yes, and then have you tried the cotton candy one? Bomb.
No,
I haven't tried any of them. I'm afraid of.
Oh, dude, they're like crack, dude. I mean, I haven't tried crack, but they're like crack. Like
I imagine they're like the new Four Loko, just a straight bang.
Exactly. It's if you were trying to get a little pre-pump, that's it. That's all you need.
But let's be honest, guys. Red Bull still is the king.
Honestly, no. Wait. Honestly, I tried one of their new flavors. It's a watermelon, like Red Bull, like some type of like spring flavor, bro.
Yeah.
Hella good. You're not a watermelon guy?
Yeah. I got a question. Do you haven't been pre-pumping a lot since you've graduated, have you?
Pre-pumping. Now, can you use that in a sentence?
You're the one who brought it up.
Well, I was talking about more like, like gym, like you trying to get that pre-pump.
Oh, okay. Got you. See,
I
was asking you what you thought, what a pre-pump was.
I was thinking more like the gym. I don't know about what you were talking about.
When you said pre-pump, I imagined you and your fraternity brothers, you all gather in a circle. And you're all wearing all black cloaks. And then like some EDM just starts.
That sounds like some cult rave type of shit.
That's what Quinn imagines your frat as. That's why
the pump just starts happening, bro.
No, that's definitely not what I'm thinking about.
Everybody's just pumping in the circle, and then hands come up, and obviously there's a sacrifice. But
no, that's sacrifice with some freshman.
Yeah, that's a great segue. So you're not in the frat anymore because you graduated, right? So how's your life post frat?
Oh, settled down, got a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest change since your first episode, which was episode 3, I think, or 4.
As one of the
founders, one of the OG guests, and now here we are, the last episode of the in between season 1.5. You're the season finale, Jose. But
not the last season of Game of Thrones, but like
this finale. Is like okay. I was about to say, is it gonna be like Game of Thrones? Because that shit pissed me off.
No, it's not.
No, much better than that.
Okay.
But that is interesting. When you were first on, you didn't have a girlfriend. Now you do.
Yes.
How is the cuffed life?
Let me tell you, my guy. It's a learning experience.
Yes.
You can no longer do what you could when you were single.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, that's the most obvious way to put it.
Yeah. In simple terms, you are tied down.
What's
in other news? Pringles are salty.
What's the biggest adjustment that you've had to make other than just being in a relationship? What's the specific thing that you're like, okay, I really had to work at this?
Just being focused, like I feel like after that, it was like I had to focus on what I wanted to accomplish with my life. And I kind of just sat down and said, okay, I want to now start a career, build that foundation if we do end up, getting married or whatnot. Like, dude, I'm 25 now. Like, you got to think, like,
Whoa! What
yeah,
the fuck?
I'm fucking old.
You've been
Bro.
alive for a quarter of a century,
I'm
Jose.
a quarter of a century, my guy. Like, dude, trust
Bro,
me.
you're 25.
Dude, I literally hang out with my friends, and I'm like, dude, I kind of want to go home now. Like, it's 10. Like, I need to go sleep.
Many people in third world countries don't often live past 40. So yeah, Jose.
That's a fucking interesting fact right there. I know that.
you are on the back end of your life slope.
So let me tell you.
Damn, what the fuck? He doesn't live in a third world country.
No, I'm not
What are you
saying
saying?
that.
What are you
I'm
saying?
saying, I'm
What do you
saying if
mean?
you look
I'm
if
not
you
gonna
look
die.
at the big picture, like if you look at like the entire world population.
Yeah.
There's a possibility for me to fucking just.
Well, yeah. Okay, but
The mortality rate of the population is lower. It was a bad joke, but fuck.
well, yeah. What I
Hey,
mean,
come-
yeah. No. I get it. It's funny, but like, what? Like, it's just like you made it seem like he was in like fucking some random third world country, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, he lives down the
no, for
street.
Christ's
Honestly,
sakes, it's
when all the
not
females are
Lodi, for
fucking
Christ's
around us,
sakes, or freaking Modesto.
Modesto's not that bad, my guy. Stockton, on the other hand,
Fresno.
yes. But no,
Fresno.
dude.
Okay,
Honestly,
yeah.
Fresno's third world.
It's like I said, it's I'm old now, so it's I'm cuffed. It's been a year and 2 months now.
Wow.
Jose,
So-
I'm older than you.
Damn, my guy. Are you cuffed?
No.
Dude.
In fact, I'm still in school.
Hey, it is what it is, my guy. You're living life. You're in Hawaii. Like that shit's insane.
That is true.
If I was your age and I got the opportunity to go to Hawaii to go to school, I'd be like, fuck that. I'm going back to school.
You still could go back to school, my guy. That's the thing.
I honestly, I'm contemplating. I might go back to school.
You should go back to school, bro.
Dude,
Get that master's.
I am thinking about it. If I find an employer who is willing to help me out to get a master's, I'm gonna get my master's.
And then from there, get your PhD so you can be Dr. Jose.
Actually, that would be cool, Jose. Dr. Vega. Wow, that sounds cool.
Dr.
What kind,
JV.
of what kind of doctor would you be?
Shit, dude. I don't know.
This would be a Dr.
feel like
Pepper,
that's
bro.
too
That's
far.
that's the type of doctor he would be.
Shit, I don't know. A doctor of
With those kind of with that kind of articulation, you'd be Dr. Seuss. Shit, bro.
Hella Suze. Damn.
no, I don't know. Doctor of
Dr. Love, brother.
Dr. Love.
Hey,
Dr.
get
Love.
you a master's in marriage counseling, my guy.
Oh hell no, dude.
That's where the money's at. Think about this coronavirus. Think about all these marriages going asunder. You know who's gonna get paid right now? Marriage counselors.
That
Those
is
are
very
they.
true.
That's you, my guy.
Damn. Imagine all those lawyers with divorce papers and shit. Wow.
But
Yeah.
think, some people are gonna try to make it work. They're gonna try to save what they got, at least for the kids' sake.
Nah, for their fucking own sake. That shit expensive as fuck.
That is expensive as fuck.
I'm saying, marriage counselors are probably making a moolah.
I just changing, well, like pivoting off that. Is your family, Jose, pressuring you to propose, or is her family kind of hinting at that? Is there any sort of, pressure applied?
No, hell
That's
no.
good. That's good.
No. I mean, my mom is the only one that's like, hey, I want grandchildren.
Uh,
But,
well, because I know, like in this current moment in
Yes.
our society, in our culture, we're having, we're realizing that there are, well, not realizing, people have realized it for a long time, but we're facing a mirror that projects an image back at us of we all have differences with these protests, these George Floyd, the whole George Floyd thing. It's showing that there's differences, right? So like, how has that been navigating the cultural differences between your girlfriend's family and your girlfriend's culture and then yours? Has that been easy, or has it been a little much of a challenge?
honestly, it hasn't really been difficult. Me and my girlfriend kind of have the same ideals and like way we kind of view life.
Uh-huh.
And then once we kind of like visit the family, like on each counterpart, like it's really easy to just fit in. So like her family is like really accepting. I mean, they joke around like I do and just they're really easy. Except and same thing with my family. Like they're really welcoming. And especially like during these times, like it's really hard to kind of. It's a little awkward if you don't really fit in. Not fit in, but if they don't really take you in as part of the family. But it hasn't really been really difficult. And I mean, I think later in the future, if we end up getting married, I feel like families would just perfectly combine.
That's good. That's pretty rare to find nowadays. I feel like people well, some people in personal, like when it comes to personal relationships, it like people focus on the differences more so than the things you have in common. So that's good. You guys are prioritizing the positive.
For sure. No, it's like I said, it's always been good. They always treat it like me, like family.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, nothing bad from that.
That's good. Yeah. What would you what's that face, Quinn? What?
Jose, have you ever wanted to ride a horse? Or build a house?
Build a house.
Sail a boat?
Yes. I mean, I've done all of those things. Why the question?
Is there anything amazing you haven't done?
Honestly,
would you ever like to learn how to fly a helicopter? Would you ever like to skydive into the waters of Lake Minnetonka? I don't know.
Let this man answer your question, Quinn.
Are there crazy things you would like to do?
Oh you know what? Well, that's one thing I always appreciate about Quinn. He has this very mystical slash.
No, there's nothing mystical about it, dog. I'm just saying.
Oh my god! Like your way of thinking is like outside the box. Like the way you think is just futuristic, my guy. Like
it's true. It's forward. It's progressive.
It's progressive as fuck. Like
we're talking about boxes. That box we're talking about is marriage. Stay out of it.
Wait, say that again, Jose.
If I was ever to do shrooms, that's my guy. I would do it with him. We would see fucking unicorns together, my guy.
Bro, no, he would fuck with you the whole time. I don't think that's the one you'd want. He would be like, no, dude, you see that spider over there, Jose?
You would be my Joe Rogan.
What you don't want to do is get married.
Dang.
And I'm just being honest with you because you're my friend, and friends have to be honest with each other like this.
That is true. I appreciate that.
You know, you don't want to get married because you're 25 and you're not as old as you think you are, and there's a bunch of cool shit you could do.
Oh, that is true. No, honestly, if I was to get married, it wouldn't be until like I was 30 something.
35. Give yourself 10 more years. 10 more years, dog. Okay. Look at life like a video game, and you're unlocking achievements with all the cool shit you do.
Damn, I think I'm pretty far, my guy.
Rack up that gamer score, my guy.
And the thing is, though, like I feel like I want children sooner than I want to get married. I don't know why.
Ooh.
Hey, let me tell you why, though.
Yeah. Tell me why. Yeah.
Because I'm one of those. I really do believe that I want to see my children grow.
Hardly ever.
Well, okay.
You're talking about having kids before you get married.
Yes. Okay. No. Wait.
I want an army of bastards.
Dude. Wait. That's fucked up. No. Potentially, I want to marry the girl that have.
Well, of course.
Yes. I don't want to just have children all over the place.
I want to bring you out. You want to practice.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be old as fuck and like. Not be able to play soccer with my kids or like not enjoy. Like I want to take my kids to Coachella. That's how I see it.
Wow.
Yep. Just like that.
You're one of those wild progressive parents like Susan Sarandon.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Just like that. I'm trying to fucking go to Coachella with my kids.
Damn.
You're rad.
So you're trying to break their innocence before anyone else can.
Oh no, I'll still kind of guide them. They're not gonna do bad shit. They're just gonna be there and observe the beautiful world that is of Coachella. Have you been to Coachella?
I've been to festivals like it, but I haven't been to. I don't have thousands of dollars to just spend on a festival, unfortunately.
Never been to a musical concert over 35 people.
Damn, my guy, you need to go Coachella.
Yeah, you need to change.
I like it. I like an intimate setting.
Oh my god!
Flip the script on you.
Yeah,
I like an intimate setting. I like small shows.
That's very intimate. Not gonna lie.
So you'd want kids. Okay, what's your cutoff? Because obviously your cutoff age for having kids is lower than your cutoff age for getting married. It seems like. So are you saying like 30 tops to have kids and then 35 to be married?
Honestly,
Or like
more like 28, 30
for kids?
for kids.
Mm.
Quinn is over here like, God damn, this guy's fucking up with his life. Quinn, I can see you being a father.
Nah, bro.
That'd be funny. I'd love to see that kid. I'd love to meet that kid. I want that kid to time travel back into our time, like just show up on the podcast and just like pop up right here.
Like, that's my father right there.
Just be like, not even, just be like, whatever you do, Dad, don't go to like, and then he just says some random shit. He's like, don't go to Panama City in 2024.
Let me ask you this.
Like-
So what if you could meet your future children and they were the complete antithesis of who you are? Jose, what if your kid hated soccer?
I think I would be accepting of it. I honestly, I don't know.
What if he was
that's the
just like
thing.
what if he was just like football? You mean football?
Like,
He was like
football.
one of those the worst.
I'm one of those that if it's not a boy the first time around, like I might have to return that kid up the type of deal.
Dang, what? So if you have a girl,
I just want a kid first. Like
yeah,
I
but
want
you want a boy. That's what you're saying.
I want a little me to be first.
Oh, that's scary. That's terrifying. So
Imagine.
what if your kid? I mean, what if your kid is just into stuff that you just never would have thought? Like, he's just like this super genius who's super into science and like never wanted to touch a soccer ball or anything. I think that's what Quinn's trying.
I would be accepting. I would be accepting of it.
Like
I'm very open minded. I have friends
Morgan
from
organizes his fruits and vegetables into the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
If he's gonna make me millions because he's that smart, then yes, I am very open to that. And honestly, I want twins. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
One's name is gonna be Santi. The other one's gonna be Tiago. Together, Santiago.
What? Santi Vega and Tiago Vega?
Yep.
Dude,
Tiago works. Tiago's
Tiago,
a common name.
that sounds like a
Santi. Tiago.
You should do it. Shanti.
Shanti.
Chanti.
yeah, Shanty.
I don't know.
Shanti.
Sounds like a girl name. Sounds like
Well, if you have a girl, yeah.
no. If I have a girl, her name would be I don't fucking know. Honestly, I'm not even thinking about girls right now.
Wow. You're not thinking about
Josefina.
girls, but you have a girlfriend.
Josefina.
Yeah, Josefina.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
How? That's a nice.
Quinn, what would you name your kid? Never mind, Marco. What would you name your kid?
I have no idea.
For a girl, if I had a girl, I name her Ramona, and a boy,
Ramona sounds like a stripper name / like.
or a
Wow,
gigantically
thanks.
obese woman.
wow, thanks, guys, appreciate it. But no, I would name her that, or I'd name my son something. I haven't really given too much thought. I was gonna name my son Desmond if I had one, but my cousin already named her son Desmond, so it'd be weird to have two Desmonds in the family.
Yeah.
I had a feeling
We
you
have
were
like 30
going to
Jose's
say.
in my family, so.
Oh yeah, you do have hella Jose's in your family. That is true.
I
How
had
do
a
you guys
feeling-
distinguish each other?
Jose, Jose, Jose.
Oh, okay.
Dude. I need my battery charger. My thing's about to die.
Oh no, really?
It's on 6%.
Jose on E.
Well, we are kind of at the end. We are at the time, anyways. But,
Oh,
so it's okay. I'll just edit that little part out. So it looks like we're about at that time with Jose. If you want more of this conversation with Jose or more conversations like it, let us know if you want him back on the show, which I'm assuming you do. And then we'll bring him back. He's a favorite,
I would love to be back.
and he has a lot of stories about me and Quinn.
Yes,
So,
I
so
do.
he will
Honestly,
share them.
I can't believe that 30 minutes have gone by like that. Like, we have so many things we can talk about.
I
and
know.
We
that we did not.
going.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Jose, is there any final parting advice? Anything you would like to say to these people that watch us?
I would say live your life. Have fun, experience life. Always be positive about it. Never let anything bring you down. Not even this COVID shit. Nothing, because you only have one life. YOLO. Kind of lame to say, but fuck
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Do you know the location of Irwin's truck?
Yes. Actually, it's in San Francisco somewhere in a dump.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh my God, they found it. Wow.
That truck has never been found.
It's in that third world country, Fresno.
It's in Panama City.
It's probably like different parts of it.
I
Probably,
guarantee
yeah.
you, like a quarter of it's in Modesto.
Yeah, part of it in San Francisco, and then
Half of it's in San Francisco.
somewhere.
There's a fender in Walnut Creek.
Yeah. But yeah, no, yeah. So
That sucks for Jose.
I would love to be back whenever you guys need another person. I'm down.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Well, thank you for coming on. That was a great Tommy Wiseau impression when you were giving advice. I really appreciate it very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks,
All
Jose.
right.
You're the best.
See you, brother.
Love you guys. Stay safe.
Love you too, man. Yeah, stay safe. We'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you.
Bro.
Yes.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little chit chat convo with the OG himself, Jose Vega. We're gonna close out this episode by giving our recommendations of the week first, and then we will announce what we want to announce. So, Quinn, would you like to go first?
Sure. My recommendations for this episode, what I've been kind of into lately, I've been retracking some of the films of Sergio Leone, who is a spaghetti western director, most famously director of Good, Bad, the Ugly, Once Upon a Time in the West. His Man with No Name trilogy with Clint Eastwood. Last night I watched Fistful of Dollars, the first in that trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And I started watching Fistful of Dynamite, aka Duck You Sucker. Awesome, beautiful films, cinematography, legendary soundtracks by the maestro Ennio Morricone, legendary. The acting, legendary. Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson, James Cogburn. Hard to beat. Great movies. Long movies to help you pass the time.
How long are they?
2 hours at a bare minimum.
Oh,
3
okay.
hours, 30 minutes at a maximum.
Interesting.
They're day fillers.
Yeah.
But it's a day. They're day fillers, but it's a day well spent.
Definitely. I mean, that's a part of cinema history for sure. They hold a... If there was like a cinema hall of fame, like would they have a wing to themselves, or would they have like a would be so in a cinema hall of fame, would you put in films and directors, or would you put in the art or the artists? Both. You could put both.
Put in both?
I'm thinking there would be like
an artist collective work.
Yeah, there's like the
Got you.
artists in one wing, work in the other wing for like specific films, but then you may have like in the film area there might be like westerns,
Yeah, no,
horror.
in the western wing, the films previously mentioned, Fistful of Dynamite, Duck You Sucker, Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More, Good, Bad, the Ugly, Once Upon a Time in the West, are all Hall of Fame legendary worthy movies. All Madden movies.
Oh, all Madden movies.
All Madden movies. The Darren Sharper of movies. The hardest hidden safety in the game. Darren Sharper. You remember that video? Oh shit.
It's Darren Sharper. The hardest hitting safety in the league. He put the team on his back. He got a broken leg. He put the team on his back. Brandon Jennings. I love that video, bro. I love that video so
Pull
much.
out the deep cuts here on the Closers podcast. You better be up on your YouTube references.
I know, yeah, you definitely have to be on your YouTube references. Oh my god. That brought me back. That took me back. I just love the Brandon Jennings. He says Jennings. Like, what?
All time.
That's if there was a YouTube Hall of Fame.
That's in there.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah.
If there a video game clip Hall of Fame, that's in there. You know what else is in there? Guys, you ready? Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
They'll just charge in. That's on there for sure.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins for sure. See, we got to do an episode where we got to do Hall of Fames. We got to do like YouTube Hall of Fame, Film Hall of Fame, maybe then Director Hall of Fame, and then like we should just go through Hall of Fame.
That's the next five.
That's a great Hall of Fame.
We did the last generation. What was the last 5-6 years? Last 5-6 decades.
Mm-hmm.
Next is the Hall of Fame.
I like the Hall of Fame. We should definitely do that. Okay, man. Whew. I love that reference.
What about yourself? What recommendations would you give to people in these dire times?
Yeah, so when you're listening to this will be out on Monday, the 22nd, I believe. No, sorry. I can't read to save my fucking life. The 15th. It'll be out on Monday the 15th. And by the time you're listening to this show will already be out. It's not out at the moment, but it will be out then. Season 4 of... no? Is it Father's Day? When is Father's Day? I thought the 22nd was Father's Day.
I think Father's Day is a Monday.
What?
I think Padre de Dios is on Monday.
Father's Day is never on a Monday. It's on Sunday. Father's Day is always on Sunday. Just like Mother's Day. What?
Okay, yeah, you're correct. June 21st.
Okay, I was going to say, what the fuck? Okay, so my recommendation
that's an error.
is F is for Family. Bill Burr's animated show on Netflix. Season 4 of F is for Family is out on Friday the 12th. And obviously, I don't know if it's good or not because we're recording this segment on Thursday. But if it's anything like the first 3 seasons, watch it. Watch that series, or if you haven't, if you're all caught up and you just don't know about season 4 coming out, watch season 4. It's a show about like a family in the 1970s, like early 1970s. And like you see how like fucked up society was back then, but everyone's just kind of like okay with it. And it's an animated series, and it's just so I might have already said that, but whatever. It's so like dystopian in its own right, just how people looked at things back then. And it wasn't even that long ago, and I know that, but Bill Burr does a great job of like kind of how King of the Hill made fun of American culture, but at the same time there was aspects of that show that kind of like honored it and showed like this part of American culture actually is pretty cool. But then there's all this shit that's just, you can just make fun of it for days because it's so dumb. That's what F is for Family. It was honest. It was an honest show. And F is for Family is just as honest as King of the Hill. And they don't pull punches when they discuss racism of the time, which isn't very different from now. The dichotomy that was or is marriage, and how like women were expected to be in the home and not work, and how people would look down on women and stuff, and like how kids were expected to just shut the fuck up and not interfere with their parents, and like just how people were raised at that time. The generation before us, how they were raised. You get a look into how they grew up through that show. And it's very, very funny in a dark way, but I love it. I love it. So definitely check out F is for Family on Netflix if you have a subscription. If not, there's probably a free way to get it, but whatever.
Is it a heavy Boston, New England influence show?
No, actually, no. It's I don't think so. No, you could when I see it, when I watch it, it doesn't really strike me as like it would be one specific place. you don't really know where it would be. I mean, Bill Burr's character, he plays the dad in the show, and he has a Boston accent because Bill Burr just has that.
Yeah, you can't disassociate Bill Burr with Boston.
Yeah, but he doesn't like make specific references to Boston only. Like, it's very much it's not like Family Guy where like they kind of like they go to a Patriots game and like they don't make
clear
references
references to Rhode Island
in Family Guy. Yeah, there is. If it's for Family, I don't think they have like a specific city that they're close to. If I'm like a real city, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. But I just know from watching it, I honestly picture them grow like that family living in California, and it works too. So
they have a all-encompassing Americana persona.
Yes. Yeah.
There's some other animations you like out there. You recommended Midnight Gospel to me.
Yeah, that was another
2
one
weeks ago?
I wanted to recommend. Yeah, dude. Midnight Gospel is another one by Duncan Trussell. The madman Duncan Trussell. Jesus himself, yes. And that's another animated series that I've just blasted through. And just go in. If you're going to watch that show, it's Duncan Trussell and the guy who did Adventure Time, Pendleton Ward. He does the animation. And if you're going to watch that show, which I urge you to do, just go into it with an open mind. It's basically a podcast mixed with an animated series. So you get parts of a podcast within the show itself. So there's going to be times where you don't really know what they're talking about. Just listen to what they're saying and just
go with the flow.
Just go with it. And you'll love it. I know you'll love it. And if you do watch the entire series, the last episode, boy. Oh my God. The last episode, if you don't cry, you don't have emotions. That's all I'm going to say.
Did you have a guilty pleasure animation show growing up?
No.
You didn't watch Sailor Moon at the end of Toonami?
I watched Sailor Moon when I was like 3 years old, but not like nothing. I mean, I watched Sailor Moon because I thought it was it was a cartoon, so I was like, I want to watch cartoons, and that was on. And then, but I didn't like have like a sexual thing with it or anything.
Oh, I'm not even asking for like a sexual.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you say guilty pleasure. I mean, I don't know what you mean.
Well, I meant just like a, something like
something that everybody hates.
Yeah, that would go against the norm. Or an unpopular opinion, like a show that you would keep to yourself because people would shit on it.
When I was a kid, when I was like in like 4th grade, I watched Naruto. I know I was big into that for a minute, but then I lost track of the series, and like Toonami kept moving its time around for the new episodes, and I just lost fucking interest. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna.
There's so many episodes too. There's like a gazillion episodes. There's
a million episodes, and then for one, you might watch one episode and nothing happens in it. It's just all exposition, and you're just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Just punch the guy. Just do it. Why? This reminds me of when Naruto-san, blah blah blah. Like, dude, shut the fuck up and just do the thing. Like, oh my God.
That is an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I was trying to rewatch it the other day, and I'm just like, dude, I can't sit through this. Like, I fast forward through it. I fast forward through a lot of it just to get through these episodes. It's so annoying. But yeah, that's my guilty pleasure. Real quick, what's yours?
Guilty pleasure show, man. Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel. Ghost Adventures
with Double A himself.
With Double A himself,
Zach
Double A doppelganger, Zach Bagans. I love that show. It's great. It's awesome. Those little orbs. I want to believe.
You know what's so funny about those orbs is that they're literally, it's just dust. It's just light getting reflected off of dust.
Yeah, kind of like a lens flare, but
yeah, it's so funny.
I had an interesting thought the other day. Check this out.
Okay.
So did you see the report that that they're discovering particles in Antarctica, cosmic particles that are coming from, they believe, an alternate parallel dimension where time runs backwards. Did you see this? It was on CNN, but it wasn't
No.
like blown up. Yeah, dude, they're like cosmic rays are coming out of Antarctica. And so I was thinking,
Cosmic rays.
yeah, it's insane. It was an insane story.
The fuck?
Got no coverage, but it was awesome. What if ghosts are, existing in the purgatory, the plane between the two parallel universes?
Just the upside down.
The
Basically.
in-between.
The in between. Well, I mean, didn't I heard on a podcast recently that scientists believe that there's at least 11 alternate dimensions, at least, but maximum 26. Like they're narrowing it down. Have you heard about that?
No. So is it of the opinion of the theory that there is there are 26 Marcos? There's a Marco in every universe, every dimension?
Yeah, there's a maximum of 26 Marcos, and there's a maximum of 26 Quinns, but there's a minimum of 11.
Well, how crazy would this be? What if there was a shared consciousness between the 26 Marcos or the 11 Quinns that has yet to be tapped into, but can be tapped into because it's one consciousness over 4 dimensions?
What if that's why we have like people dream?
What if that's deja vu?
That's when deja vu. Or what if when you dream, that's the veil. The veil is lifted slightly, so where you peer into another dimension's, or you're experiencing every other dimension's reality in those moments, and it combines into one reality while you're dreaming, and that's why you have fucking crazy dreams, because you're just like where like random shit just happens. That you're just like, what's going on?
I had a dream I got attacked by a Bengal tiger next to Lamb Funeral Home on Lafayette Road. I fought it off with a Jimmy John's footlong. If that is a real dimension, then that is horrifying.
Jimmy John's footlong. No, what I'm saying is like, okay.
You need that hard bread.
No, what I'm saying is in that one moment, right? The Jimmy, like one of your doppelgangers in another dimension went to go get a Jimmy John's footlong. That's what he was doing, right? Another one was going for a jog, right? So he was running. Another one was on Lafayette Road for some reason. Another one was at a zoo petting a tiger. And when you're dreaming,
it's the merging.
It just merges everything.
It's the collapse.
It's that.
It's the incursion.
Just, yeah. It's
the
like
universes incursioning on each other.
Yeah, it's like a collage, and so they just put everything together for you. A web of things that just, so you're running with a Jimmy John's sandwich. There's a tiger chasing you, and you're on Lafayette Road.
And your brain is the shared consciousness just pulling it together because it doesn't know how to comprehend it yet.
Yeah.
Dude, how insane would that theory be? Have you ever seen the one with Jet Li?
No, you've told me about it, though.
It's something similar to this, where there's, a Jet Li in all these different universes.
Mm-hmm.
And Jet Li, there's an evil Jet Li going around killing the other Jet Lis.
Oh,
and it makes them stronger, by eliminating the other Jet Lis.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude.
That's crazy. Well,
crazy.
That'd be wild if we were right about that.
Imagine if you died and you just woke up in another universe. I mean, you have no idea that you died, but that one dream just ends. Or what if, they say when you die in your dreams, you die in your life. What if when you die in your dreams, that's actually you remembering yourself dying in a separate universe?
Yeah. So like it might be a thing where you cannot die until, well, I don't know.
Stop dreaming. You don't die.
I don't know.
One does not truly die until they stop dreaming.
Yeah, if you stop dreaming, if you have not had a dream in years, you may be the last of your kind, man. You may be the last one of you existing in ever in the universe in every dimension.
Do
Maybe.
electric sheep dream of Sleemy?
I don't know.
Or
I don't know if
fucked
that's a
that up.
reference,
I can't
but
remember. It's a reference to a book, but I fucked up the title.
oh,
What is it? Do androids dream of electric sheep?
oh,
Is the name of the book. It's the basis for Blade Runner.
oh, okay.
But yeah, dude, that is a crazy thought.
That is crazy.
Think about the different dreams you've had where you've died. And then imagine if that really happened.
That's happened a lot. I've had a lot of those dreams.
You know how many dreams I've had where I've been consumed by either zombies or just people in general?
I've had more than 11. For sure. I've had way more than 11 dreams where I've died. But
Horrifying.
have I had 26? I don't know.
Have you had a dream where you just died so terrifyingly, so terribly? Like Rob Zombie ridiculously.
I think yeah, kind of. Yeah. But I think what might be the case is that when one of your doppelgangers in another dimension passes away, that death is always going to replay in every other one of you in your mind when you dream.
It's stored in the data bank.
Yeah. So it's going to get replayed.
But you'll never have a new dream with that version of yourself.
Yeah.
That version of yourself has ceased to exist.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I have had a couple crazy dreams, but that's definitely another conversation for another time because we could go into just dreams in general. But
changing the past doesn't change your future. It's not.
Okay. Changing the past does not change your future. It's like I was made for this. Anyways, announcement time. Yay! All right. So, thus concludes season 2. I fucked that up. Thus concludes season 1.5, or 1B, as Quinn calls it, of the Closers Podcast. Starting on June 22nd, Monday, June 22nd, we are going to be expanding from 1 show a week to not 2, but to 3 shows a week. Now, this is how the schedule is going to work for season 2. Quinn is going to start the week off by having his own show on Mondays called Hang 10 with Quinn Kalani. That's going to be out on Mondays, hopefully in the morning time. We're not going to say like specifically at noon or anything like that. Just we're hoping it be a little early. But that's going to be the Monday show. Then on Wednesdays, we got the Closers Podcast. What you're watching now, you're going to get the same sort of thing. On Wednesdays, it's going to be me and Quinn. We're going to hold it down. We're going to have a guest for a little bit, and then we'll shoot the shit a little bit. We'll cut that in between too. And then on Fridays, it is the return of closing out the week with me, Marco Alvarado. We're going to be closing out the week in style every Friday, so I hope you don't miss out on that. You do not need to subscribe to multiple feeds to listen to every show. We're going to have it all under one feed. This feed, the Closers Podcast feed, is going to be the Hang 10 feed and also the Closing Out the Week feed. So you don't have to, there's not going to be multiple different shows you have to subscribe to. It's just the Closers Podcast, and you'll be able to, you'll see these other shows pop up. But like I said, it all starts with Quinn and the Hang 10 show on Mondays. Quinn, do you want to talk about what you're, like, really quick, what you're going to talk about on Hang 10?
Hang 10 is basically just going to be a weekly short variety pod. Sometimes it's going to be a monologue. Sometimes it's going to be a dialogue. Whatever either is going on in the week that I find of great importance or is just something that I'm passionate about. Could be parallel universes. Could be, you know, an MMA preview. You know, could be green tea ice cream. Could be a variety of things.
Right.
But yeah, you know, just something to occupy your time. But you know, while you're changing the channels of life on your Mondays.
Perfect. And then, like everyone knows about the Closers Podcast, what we do here, I basically already described that. And then with closing out the week, I'm going to be focusing on one topic every Friday that is pertinent to that week, or that I've been thinking about that week, that past week. Just like how I brought up Detachment today, I would be bringing up another topic, and I'm probably not going to have guests on that show. It's just going to be me kind of just like thinking through those ideas. And then we'll do a really quick, maybe like NFL preview, or a really quick, I'll probably recap the week and like really notable things throughout, but it's going to be very loose. It's going to be very informal, and you're going to get a little bit of an insight into what I've been thinking about and stuff. And if you want to interact with us, you can DM us at the Closers Podcast, or on Facebook at Closers Podcast. Follow our page. Send us a message there, or if you want to even subscribe to our YouTube channel, do that. Send us a message on there. If you have questions for us, if you want to hear something be brought up during the show, ask us to bring it up, and we'll definitely talk about it. Don't be afraid to interact with us, because we want to talk to you too. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you want to hear, because we want to please the people. Quinn and I are men of the people. So we hope you're excited.
It's a communal discussion.
Yes. And we're very excited for it.
So, take part if you'd like to be part of that discussion.
Yeah, please.
All voices are welcome.
Please discuss with us. I definitely encourage it. But anyways, guys, like I said, follow us on Instagram so you're up to date on when we drop new content. The next episode is going to be Hang 10 with Quinn Kalani. It's go time. Season 2, baby. Season 2.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday to Double A.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Dub. I know he's not going to be able to listen to this.
Happy belated birthday to Double A. On the high seas.
Yeah, he's out on the boat. But once he listens to this in like 6 months, he'll very much appreciate us shouting him out.
And rest in peace to Anthony Bourdain. 1 year. Sucks.
Oh, it's been a year already. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Anyways, guys, you have a great day, great night, great time. And we'll talk to you on Monday the 22nd with Hang 10. Quinn will be at you. Take care.
Adios.